Hello, folks. Hey, thanks for joining me here. SouthwestHuntMaps.com, High Tech Hunting LLC. I'm going to try something here, put out some tips and tricks. I'm going to add a post to my website. Um, there's just a lot of things out there that the average guy can do on his own and really enhance his own mapping skills with very little effort, putting together his own little mapping collection. Today, I want to talk a little bit about Google Earth and enhancing it with KMZs and KMLs. KMZs, key markup language. Um, it's it's a language that Google Earth directly utilizes. Um, there's so much KMZ, KML information out there, free. Not all really that easy to use. Some of it needs to be manipulated. I have several GIS programs that help me with my stuff. But anyhow, yeah, just like I was saying, I just want to tinker around a little bit and show a little bit about the strengths of creating your own scouting maps and knowing where you're at or knowing where the trails are or Google Earth is pretty good at putting together a lot of roads and such. I've noticed that forest roads are even labeled now, but let me just kind of dial in. This is your kind of your legend, your table directory, and you can really manipulate this well. You can create your own folders. You can once you bring a KMZ and KML in, um, it's it's going to be on this menu right here. And you would just bring it up. It'll be under temporary places down here, and you would just bring it up and save it to your places. This is all your places. So so let me see. We're way up in outer space here. Let's let's get in a little bit to something a little bit closer without having to. Let's say Arizona Game Management Unit 27. That's my backyard. I've got lots and lots of hunting experience out there. It's also I worked out there. I was I was a ranger with the Forest Service and just recently retired. So let's look at some road routes and let's zoom in. So these are all the road routes on the Apache Sitgraves National Forest. As you can see, I also have Arizona Game Management units on this overlay, as well as all kinds of stuff that you can use or not use. But anyhow, like I say, it enhances your experience to be able to go right in and see. Some of these roads are old roads. They've closed a bunch of them, um, especially since I left. But Google Maps has forest roads labeled now, which is pretty nice. The little 24 road. I killed an elk right about here several years back. Let me see. 24. It was right in this area for what it's worth. I have a tendency to BS a lot, so and a lot of this country burned last year. You can even add these fire history maps, and I'll show you. So today I'm just tinkering around, but I'm gonna I'm gonna put together some tips and trick presentations that really helps a guy dial in. So we all know this country. If you're if you've ever hunted 27, Arizona Game Management 27, there's a Hannigan Lodge. But other things that other things that really are available out there. It's like water points. So a lot of these water points come from Forest Service layers, and they're available. They're available on the internet at their regional headquarters website. But they used to clip them by the forest. Now they clip them by the state. So New Mexico and Arizona is Region 3. You click on one of these things, and it talks about the data behind it. It's on Alpine Ranger District. Oh, it doesn't have a name or anything, but it's a water point. But nonetheless, you dive in there or go when you're out there on a scouting trip. That looks like that KP country. You can see if it's a water point or a tank. Oh, just there's blue. Look out at that. Or that rose peak. Sometimes you get dived down too far. You want to get the heck out of it. Oh yeah, that's blue. That's the old blue lookout. I've been there several times. It's too bad that the Forest Service just kind of let that thing just disintegrate. So, where are the trails at? Oh, there's a trail right there. What trail is it? Oh, look at the data here. See if it has a name. It's probably Trail 301 or 3. That's on the Alpine District. And some of these trails, some of this data that I grabbed is older. As you can see, that probably it's off a little bit. You can see where the trail's kind of coming through here, but it's close enough. Many times it's right on, but they've got a new national trail layer. But if you get it, you got to download the whole dang nation, and it's hard to. And you put it on your Google Earth, it's way too much, and you're going to crash it. But I've got the tools where I can clip those to the unit or to the forest or to whatever. There's some of the wildfire scars. It's a pretty cool country off in here. Let me see. Almost looks like an elk right there. This goes down into that McKittrick country, and it's pretty gamey. Elk, whitetail, muleys. But so yeah, so you got some trail layers on there. Like I said, you can come over here to the menu and you can dive down and you can filter stuff. Let's say you just want to see the springs or seeps, just get that out of there. And for the most part, it's semi-accurate. I mean, the Forest Service over the years has tried to make it more accurate, but a lot of it just came off of old topo maps. I just hit them all. Boom. There's all the springs and seeps. But it's data, and when you're out there scouting around, your topo map doesn't necessarily show water, but then there's one of these blue boxes. Maybe it's a range improvement that's not typically on a topo map, or maybe it's a spring that is on a topo map. And so how can you kind of verify that? Well, there's cool tools that I've got on here. this will lay a topo map over. Sometimes you have to get out in space to get it to load. I don't know if it's gonna. Yeah, it's starting to load now. And so, yeah, this is all stuff that you do from your house, from your desk, planning your scouting trips, planning your hunt, planning your hike, your backpack hike. I don't know if this thing's going to load or not. It's been a while since I used it. But it's a topo that will lay over. But sometimes to get it to work, you got to get it. I don't know if it's going to work today. I got other ones too. And a lot of this is trial and error. I just found that on the web somewhere one time. I just typed in topo coverage for Google Earth and got it. And I got other ones. Like I say, I'm just tinkering around here. I'll get more organized. Just want to kind of show different. Let's scoot over to our neighbors real quick and look at the Gila roads. Let's see if they showed up yet. There they are. This all south of Glenwood. White Rocks Mountain. Hunted elk over there. I had one wake me up taking a nap once. Yeah, right in there. He dived off across a canyon like that and then got hung up going up the other side. And I ranged him at 70 yards. I take the shot and he broke free. Headed down country. Shortly thereafter, here come a guy riding up a horseback. Glassed over and I recognized him. I used to work over there. And sure enough, I bumped into him later and he wanted to know if I had anything to do with that big bull that crashed out in front of him. I tell a lot of stories. Probably bore people to death, but anyhow. So that's White Rocks Mountain. There's a spring up in here and a pipeline that originates right up in here. A couple 2 tracks. I don't see them on here for some reason. It's probably because the road layer I got is the road layer that they closed a bunch of roads. Oh, here's some right here. Yeah, this is it right here. This is where it all happened. Right in here. You can see that light brown little road. Make these roads. You can go into here and make these down. Go to properties. It's a brown. Let's make it yellow. You can see it. Make it just a tad thicker. Yeah, so yeah, that road goes right up just a little bit below the spring. I know that spring well. It just so happens that was my ex-father-in-law's place back in the day, and I actually rolled out some pipeline back before Columbus. It feels like now. Yeah, this spring. Some of these layers will name them depending on where I got it, but it's all I got all my data I got from the www website. And there are other guys that are doing some of this mapping stuff too, and I think they're using some of it. But I'm using a ArcGIS map, and I bought that 10 years ago. It's getting outdated now, but it's still pretty super strong. So anyhow, yeah, there's just tinker around. Um, you get a KML. Oh, let's see if I got anything interesting. I try to manage and organize. You can create your own folders. You can add a folder and then you can drag stuff into it. And so let me see. There's my 27 folder. I just hit everything there. I got some road routes. Who knows what that is? Morris Gap, that place. Let's go to Morris Gap real quick. Down on the Wild Bunch allotment. Little water right there. A pretty good little hike. And Muley Country, Whitetail Country, there's a little spring down there. Remember, I just shown the springs, not the tanks. Heck of a pull from there and beyond. See the state line just right there. Another interesting thing is I got some Triton Master Hunt. That's back in the day when I carried a little Triton around. Everywhere I went, I'd drop a waypoint here, drop a waypoint there, and they're all what they call .gpx files. And for some reason, over the years, I just saved all that. And I always, from computer to computer, I always saved it. And 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 then I had Garmin's. I did the same thing. .gpx is universal. And so what I made was I got these master. I converted them into KMLs, and geez, you can click on this stuff, and it shows. Oh, some water showed up. Let's see what this waypoint tracks. Waypoint tracks. The list of all waypoints. Where are they? Yeah, a lot of times I didn't even name them. I just put numbers. But all over the country. I mean, I've been to Prescott. So sometimes Bull Rut area. Wonder where that is. Click on it. Where are we? Stand 1, stand 2. Hudson. Oh, I know. Prairie Peak. Where the hell is that? Hudson. Stand 1, stand 2. I don't know, but everywhere I ever been, I've got like a documentation history of it. Indian Springs, Sea Springs, Josh Tank. That's New Mexico. Oh, I hunted this 15A. Yeah, this is right. Yeah, here's the Luna US 180 goes over Luna Mountain. I hunted this one time with a outfitter friend of mine and got into a pocket of elk in here. It wasn't easy to get to every day. My legs burned out on it, but it was pretty. Got it. got a guy a shot, and he hit the damn elk, but he hit it high. And we never did find it. I think his dad killed one. But anyhow, yeah, everywhere I ever been, even work, C4, that's a range monitor and transect somewhere to see where it is. Looks like we're going to go all the way over to Prescott, I bet. Because I worked over there for a couple of years. I don't know. Anyhow, like I say, I'm rambling. And my topo's still trying to load. But what I want to help people with is all this information. It's collection of your past, your hunting, your scouting, maybe your work. You don't need a subscription for $20, $30 a year to get around. When you can put your own collection together, and I'll describe that in future presentations, especially when it comes to the maps that I put together that you can put on your phone, Avenza Maps, or you can just view it with your PDF viewer, or have you a GPS on your phone. There's so many things you can do, and it's pretty inexpensive, and a lot of it's free. And I ain't gonna sell anybody anything free, but Josh Tank, that's back on 27 Landsman. That's when I worked for the NRCS over by Klondike. Watch. I don't even know if you can get out there anymore. It's pretty good whitetail country. The guy used to have a little private ranch somewhere down in here, and he had buffalo on it, and he'd sell buffalo horns. And it was a pasture, probably about 300 acres. Thule. Anyhow, and like I say, I'll put together links and stuff like that. I want to show you something here on this other screen. So I was talking about the national trail there, and this guy basically is talking about how you can use it on Google Earth, just bring it in, and you can go to a national park and get their layer, or a state park or something like that, and then you get down here to Forest Service got it, but there's no easy option for downloading it because, like I said, it's a national layer, and you put a national layer on your Google Earth, and you're gonna crush it. And so, I just wanted to just mention that. You come up here to Region 3. It's the southwest region out of Albuquerque for Arizona and New Mexico. And like I say, they got GIS data right here. And there's a bunch of KMLs with it. They used to, like I say, cut it by the forest, but now they just by the state. So you got to kind of understand how to read this thing. Let's see what they got. Activities, aerial photography, constructed features. Now this is a good layer because what a constructed feature is, it's anything that the Forest Service spent money on. A fence, a bridge, a culvert, a building, a communication, gates, helipads, parking lot, shooting range. Also a pipeline, not a pipeline, because constructed feature line would be a pipeline, which I put on all my maps. Constructed feature line is a fence, and I put that on my fence. I have allotment boundaries, but really somebody drew that polygon, but the line is the fence, and the points can be a spring development. A point can be a trough, and so I put all those, and so you got KMZ point and KMZ line, or KMZ polygon. And you say, well, Ed on southwesthuntmaps.com said get the KMZ point. Well, when you click this point, it's going to cover probably, let's see. So it's downloaded. It didn't even tell me where it's at, just the whole southwest region. So that's Arizona and New Mexico. And so that's a lot of points. But I take that stuff into my GIS software and I clip it. I clip it by the area, the unit, or the forest, or just wherever I'm interested in. So it came down here. Showing folder, my download folder. I wonder if I extract it. I just leave it there for now. I better put it somewhere so you can't see what I'm doing. I'm on the other screen, I think. But anyhow, I'm finding a place to put it. I'm just going to put it in the local file. Okay. Because if I click on it, once you double click on a KMZ file, it automatically loads it onto. Now I got to find where I put it. I got some aptitude in computers, but not like the kids of today. Okay, it's in there somewhere. I got my own KML that I've already clipped. Okay, what time? Okay, so here's where it loaded it. APS constructed. So no, they got it by force. Okay, that's the Apache Sick Graves. That's Carson. That's Cibola. That's probably the Coconino, Gila, Kaibab, Lincoln, what's that? Prescott, Santa Fe. So, I speak the language since I worked for the agency for so long. But anyhow, no, that's nice. That's nice. So let's just go somewhere where I haven't been doing a lot of mapping. Let's go to the Kaibab. I'm going to double click on this. If I wanted to save it, I'd put it in my KML file right now. And I probably will, but I'm going to just double click on this and boom, there we go. We're headed to the Kaibab. Yeah, folks. Yeah, just like I say, I'm just tinkering around. I just want to help folks out. I'll put together something a little bit better. I'll also going to add some KMZ packages that I've kind of made, clipped up. I made it in GIS. They even come with labels, and I'll put some of that on my website and get you guys using all the best available data that you can. Until next time, thanks, folks.